I can only say to the Taiwanese friends again, remember the adage of Henry Kissinger, to be an enemy of the United States is dangerous, to be a friend is fatal. And what Kissinger meant is you get too close to the US and all its glib promises and you get destroyed. And the United States has done this repeatedly. Just cozy up to us, we've got your back. And the country ends up destroyed. And so please, Taiwanese friends, look at a map, look at the breadth of the Pacific, understand what the US government has been doing. It's not even about Taiwan. The US policy is about China. When China became as successful as it has been, which in my view is a great tribute to the people of China and a great benefit for the world, by the way, because it is wonderful when a great civilization of 1.4 billion people achieves economic success and advancement of technology and is able to benefit and share that with the rest of the world through international trade and finance and investment. This is a good thing, not a bad thing. But in the US point of view, where there are winners and losers rather than people who benefit from a higher living standard, but everything is viewed as us versus them, China's rise became a, quote, bad thing. This is absurd, in my view, tragically absurd. Typical, I'm sorry to say it, American stupidity because of the grandiosity of American aspirations to run the world. But when China became successful, as it did, in the 2010s, starting with Obama, mind you, the US policy shifted. We have to stop China's rise. We have to now introduce new trade systems that cut out China. Obama actually had the utterly absurd policy of creating a Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would be a trade relationship across the Pacific with Asia and the US, in which China wouldn't be there. Now, it's important to understand, in this context, Taiwan is a piece of this puzzle. Taiwan is not a primary objective of the United States. The objective of the United States is beat China, be number one, keep China down. And Taiwan has its role in all of that. Divide China, weaken China, surround China, build up the military around China. Again, from a military point of view, control Taiwan to limit China's freedom of navigation, its access to the Western Pacific, or its freedom of navigation for its essential sea lanes in the South China Sea, and so forth. And we have people coming into the new Trump administration who write articles and books that China's trying to take over the world. So we absolutely need to confront China, and Taiwan's a critical piece of us confronting China's desire to take over the world. This stuff is like comic books. Yeah, it's like a Hollywood script. We have, and we should applaud a true multipolar, multilateral world. The world does not want a hegemon. The world does not want one leader. The world does not look to the United States or anyone else as the indispensable country or the sole superpower. It can't happen. It's not real. It's a comic book fiction for the United States to think that it is that. It is also a comic book nightmare for the United States to think China's going to run the world. We're going to have a multipolar world. The question is, can we survive and live and prosper in that world? And the answer is yes, if we understand to respect each other, to stay out of each other's red lines, to understand what common security is rather than one's own claim of security at the expense of others. to stop pointing our missile systems at each other, and to get on with the business of solving problems. This is all possible. The BRICS can be an important, positive part of that step. And if we are sensible, this is the direction we'll go.